Number 7, we're asked to find the second derivative of y with respect to x. So we're going to start off just taking the first derivative of both sides, like we've been doing. So take the derivative over here, we get 10x minus 4y. Since we're doing the derivative of y, we're multiplying by dy dx equals 0. So we want to solve for dy dx. We can go ahead and subtract 10x from both sides, so we have negative 4y dy dx equals negative 10x. Then we want to divide both sides by negative 4y. dy dx equals negative 10x over negative 4y, which gives us 5x over 2y. So this is our first derivative, 5x divided by 2y. Now we want to take the derivative of that. We're doing the second derivative of y with respect to x. So we have to take the derivative of this. So we have a quotient here. I'm going to go ahead and use the quotient rule to take the derivative of this. Remember, quotient rule, we're going to take the derivative of the top. So the derivative of 5x would be 5 times the regular denominator, so times 2y, minus the regular top, 5x, times the derivative of the bottom, which is 2 times dy dx. And that's all over our denominator squared. Now, when we find the second derivative, we don't want to have dy dx in there. We want everything in terms of x and y. So that's an easy solve because, remember, we just found out what dy dx was. Remember, dy dx is 5x over 2y. So what we need to do here is take that and substitute it into our second derivative in place of dy dx, because we know that's what it's equal to. So we end up with 10y minus 10x times dy dx. So we're going to multiply by 5x over 2y. And that's all over 2y squared. So I can multiply these two together now. We have 10y minus 50x squared over 2y, so really that should be 25x squared over y. The 2 will simplify, all over 2y squared. Now on a free response portion of the AP test, this would be acceptable. They take any correct form of the answer. On the free response quiz or test, I'd be fine with this too, but if it were multiple choice, you would not see an answer that looked like this. You'd have to simplify it a little bit further. So for this, to simplify it further, we need to get this y out of this denominator. And to do that, we're going to multiply the top of the big fraction here by y and the bottom by y. So we're going to distribute that y to both terms up top. Our first term is 10y squared. For the second term, the y's cancel out, and we're left with minus 25x squared. And then on the bottom, if we want to multiply all this together, 2y squared, that is the same as 2y times 2y, which would give us 4y squared. So if we take 4y squared times y, we end up with 4y cubed in our denominator.